Josh, can you just walk us through your emotions the last couple of weeks? First of all, when you found out you guys did have to shut down, and then also when you found out you wouldn't be able to play Ohio State?
Yeah, it was very emotional, just kind of abrupt. We suffered an outbreak and then potentially, we thought we could play against Ohio State and that got shut down too. And it was heartbreaking. I mean, who doesn't want to play in the game? Who doesn't want to play against Ohio State? It's the biggest game of the year and we were heartbroken from it.
All right, our next question comes from Vanessa. Go ahead, Vanessa.
Hey Josh, kind of off of that, talking about your game against or going to be against Iowa. What are you looking forward to most, stepping back out in the field?
Yeah, I mean, biggest thing for me is just it's such a great opportunity, especially with this year, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknowns, and then who knows if COVID gets into the building or COVID affects the team. So just to be blessed to play a great team this last week is a great opportunity, and I'm looking forward to it, and the rest of our teammates are too.
All right, our next question from Angelique. Go ahead, Angelique.
Josh, we talked before the season about the 21 days and how everybody be staying at home. What's been the stress level like these last couple weeks? And like you just said, you don't know if COVID's in the bill. You just don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely been a little stressful. Just with COVID and who's getting it and contact tracing. But at the end of the day, our guys, my teammates have been doing the best possible they can do, with containing the virus and not getting it and staying home and staying out the way. We were kind of, at the bad end of the stick the last couple of weeks, but I'm just proud of my teammates for doing, the best job they could the whole season and not getting the virus.
Our next question for Josh comes from Isaiah. Go ahead, Isaiah.
Hey Josh, what's practice been like with so many people being out, especially while you're trying to prepare for a game like this Iowa game?
Yeah, it's definitely different. We got a lot of guys out, but at the end of the day, with guys out, it's new opportunities, and it's a blessing. It's guys stepping up, it's young guys stepping up, and there's so much opportunity on that field to go and get it, and we're excited to play and put our talents forth.
You also said it was heartbreaking to not have that Ohio State game.
Yeah.
Have you heard kind of a lot of the social media out there just accusing you guys of ducking the game? And what's your reaction when you hear something like that?
Yeah, I've heard, and it's nonsense. I mean, we would never duck a game like that. It's the biggest game of the year, and it's the most exciting game of the year, and that's not what we about at all. And I don't really pay attention to social media stuff, but that's nonsense.
Our next question for Josh comes from Aria. Go ahead, Aria.
Yeah, Josh, you just mentioned that some of the younger players were stepping up. So who are some of those people that you have seen good things from?
Specifically, Nakai Hill-Green. He's a linebacker with me. He's going to get a good amount of playing time, and he's been doing really well, stepping into his role and playing really good in practice, having a really good week of practice.
We've got time for a few more for Josh. If you have an additional question, make sure you let us know in the chat so we can get to you. Right now, we're going to go back to Angelique. Go ahead, Angelique.
Josh, as a leader on this team, how has this season tested the leadership of from the players?
Yeah, I feel like, not only leadership, this season has tested a lot from our teammates in different ways. Specifically just facing adversity and how to handle adversity. We haven't, had the season we want to have, but at the end of the day, like, we come back and keep fighting despite who's out, despite who gets COVID, despite what's going on. Like, we keep fighting, and we're going to keep fighting this last game with this great opportunity against Iowa.
You were under the impression, I imagine, like everybody, that the Big Ten was going to seed East versus West, like teams where they are recognized. Were you surprised to see you draw?
I'm not going to say I was surprised. It was, I didn't know, I didn't know. Of course, I had a feeling we was going to play, like, opposite seeding. But at the end of the day, like, it's a blessing to play this team. It's a blessing to play Iowa. It's a blessing to get this opportunity and finish strong despite, some of the troubles we had this year.